Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your brother coming right back at you once again to help you make sense of all the ridiculousness and all the craziness that is going on while prophecies is being fulfilled right before our eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you this. Are you ready for the truth? Can you handle the truth? Now we may say, well, Ruben, I don't know why you bother, making this video. People don't care to know these things. Okay. See, let me just tell you this. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. My job is to bring this to you. And if you are within the sound of my voice, then it's up to you to decide what you're going to do with this knowledge. So I'm not worried whether I have 5 subscribers, 3 subscribers, 40 subscribers, 46 subscribers, 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, 1,000,000 subscribers. No. Things I like to, my job is to bring this to you as God's messenger, whether you want to believe that or not. See, that's another thing. You don't believe I'm God's messenger, it's up to you. But first of all, before I begin, I want you to keep an open mind, okay? I want you to keep an open mind and do not react to this knowledge, because you may not be ready for this. You have never been exposed to what I'm about to reveal to you and what is coming, what is lying ahead for all of humanity. You understand? Okay, so here we go. Let me read some of these things to you, what I wrote. Then we move on to some Bible verses, okay? The human experiment. The human creation was experimented on, and he started doing the opposite after it was experimented on by doing the opposite of its very purpose of existence. And as we were being watched, observed, analyzed by the invisible spiritual beings from the spiritual realm, because that was the one that experimented on us. So he looked for the right and perfect moment of human weakness. Then the legion pounds on it and took full advantage of our mother and turned her into nothingness, void of any light, of any logic or reasoning, because the false reality based upon a deceitful and wicked lie that it was welcoming into her consciousness. See? So that false reality that was being welcomed, she welcomed that knowledge was to draw her away from her God, to the point that ever since that moment, humans we learned to hate our Creator, in whose image we are created, and in whose image we were created and still are. And not only that, but we begin to hate him alone, and not just him, but the whole heavenly family. And not, okay? And then, after we did this, humans began to worship other gods, which in reality was the devil himself, the sun god, which humanity still worship him today more than ever, through its many institutions, such as the religious establishments or its religious institutions. 2, politicians, governments. 3, the education system or indoctrination system. 4, scientific and the scientific and medical community, whom, by the way, the medical community and the scientific community take up an oath, because this is a religion, ladies and gentlemen. They take up an oath to whom? And they take up an oath in many different pagan gods, which is the devil. If you don't believe me, just take a look. I may send it to you again. The Hippocratic oath that each doctor must take. The media and the entertainment industry, which is totally controlled by them. This is the reason you are what you are, and the reason you believe what you believe, because you have been programmed and conditioned to believe the continuation and manifestation of the original lie. Hence, science and government have not just erased your perception of this false reality. Not only have they taught you and programmed you with this false reality, alternate reality, that you live a life that you do not care to understand that anymore. So you think that you must enjoy life as much as you can, because you can die at any moment. And that life isn't fair. So with this mentality, you are subjected to the legion schemes to make you obedient to him through your Lord called government, who worships him. And with this in mind, play God with this lost, rebellious, and naive creation called humanity. So the government, which is controlled by the devil, the governments of the world, he divides humans to control them. 2, he makes humans sick. He makes humans sick to give them the false hope of a cure while he kills you. You see how it works? Number 3, make sure that humans in their self-hatred kill each other, even their own, through the practice of abortion. The most cowardice assassination that you can think of, because a baby cannot defend itself. But little do these people know, in their twisted reality, ladies and gentlemen, that God is coming and He's going to show them, and they're not going to like how God is going to deal with them. You understand? So here we go. Number 4, make them steal, and then what? Help them get out of jail. That's why you see our brothers and sisters out there going into boutiques. And they are stealing, because, ladies and gentlemen, remember, when you kill through abortion, you are killing. You are disobeying God's 10 commandments. Because you disobey one, you disobey them all. You steal, which is one of the laws of God. Thou shalt not steal. You disobey them all. Okay? And what does the government do? They don't do nothing. Because our people, again, humanity, have been conspired against since its creation, since its beginnings. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, before I continue here, do not forget the links that I will send you. Now, what this man shows it's all true because I have studied them all. Now, do I believe in this man's probably religious inclinations? Of course not. But the presentation that he's making is perfect. And what is he doing? He's taking the veil off Freemasonry. Oh, Masons will make you believe, no, they're not satanic. They're good people. They're nice. Well, after you watch this, you tell me if they don't worship the devil. You tell me if they don't control all the governments of the world. I mean, I believe there's only 6 million of them. The top leaders, they in control, ladies and gentlemen. But they also know that before things starts happening really and getting really serious, they must wait. You understand? More on that later. Number 5, make sure that humans disrespect themselves by creating and supporting the idea of homosexuality as a way of life, lesbianism, transgender, which is an insult to their own very existence. Because no man, no 2 men, and no 2 women can procreate life. Remember what I said in the beginning? There's no logic, there's no reasoning. Let me read it again, just in case you missed it. Our mother, when she started the conversation and when she sinned, not only did she fall from grace, from God's protection, from God's light, which was dressing her, from an impenetrable light, she became void of any logic or reasoning. Okay? Her and her husband. So there is no logic, you understand? Or reasoning. Number 6, make them believe that they care about you grown-up human beings. You grown-up humans. They make you believe while killing the baby straight out of the womb. Here's the abortion thing again with a hypnotic word called climate change, formerly known as global warming. See, it changed. They changed the name on you and you don't even see it. Just like the word economic reset by mini-me Klaus Schwab from Davos, formerly known as what? The agenda, that is New World Order. All the while they are legalizing marijuana, knowing full well that just like the religions game that have been played on the human mind, people will not be content or happy with it. For people will move on to other hard drugs, which, by the way, I used to sell many years ago in New York, which is where I grew up. In fact, I even did time in jazz. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm telling you this, whether you want to believe it or not, my organization used to sell to Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA agents, ladies and gentlemen. We used to sell them back in the days. See, this is why I know for a fact who brings the drugs into God's chosen people's community, which are Judah, which are the Negroes, the African American. I don't like to call them African American, but it's all good. For the sake of argument here, for the lack of a better word right now, because they are from the tribe of Judah. Yes, whom you call African American, the byword that is spoken of in Deuteronomy 28. Native Americans, which are from the tribe of Gad, G-A-D, and of course, Hispanics. Because all of us, ladies and gentlemen, are descendants of Jacob's. And we are going through Jacob's troubles right now. We are living under the curses. Our people are totally blind, and we don't see anything killing each other. From Chicago, we don't see nothing wrong with it. Killing each other in Chicago, Baltimore, Detroit, St. Louis, Gary, Indiana, Louisiana, the continent of Africa, along with its 52 countries, Brazil, Latin America, you name it. We are killing each other. Mexico. Okay, so here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, religions has been the greatest, most destructive trick taught to humans by the watchers, by the fallen angels, by the devil himself. Where they even teach the theory of evolution. Did you know that? That your Roman Catholic churches, your Roman Catholic school teach by order of the Pope, who's, by the way, is sick at the moment. The Pope. He teaches because she's the first beast. Which, okay? They teach the theory of evolution, which is another lie, which is part of this twisted reality where humanity finds itself in. And you know what they say? If you cannot beat them, if you cannot beat the devil, join him. So the whole world, okay? Hollywood and the whole world, through religion, is actually worshiping the sun god. And has been doing that. But then again, how are people ruled? Are they ruled by laws, rules and laws? No, ladies and gentlemen. Societies are ruled and bewitched by symbols. Take a look at your symbols in your supermarket. Okay? By the way, religions has made half of humanity, have turned half of humanity into atheists. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? What we are going through right now is a transition of evil, a transformation where artificial intelligence. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let this present dying world, this present matrix satanic system be your kingdom. So I live by the words of Christ when he said, "My kingdom is not of this world. I live in it, I work in it, but I'm not part of this. I don't vote. I don't believe in science. This is why I have the greatest doctor. That's why I don't get sick. I have the greatest doctor, which is my creator, by having a strong relationship with him. You understand, this is no joke. This is real. That's why you see in fact, let me just tell you, because Timothy tells us how things were going to be in these last days that we are currently living on. This is the last generation, ladies and gentlemen. But before I do that, did you see, and I may send you a link, and that is laughable, it's sad. And it goes to show beyond the shadow of a doubt what I told you. Did you see Biden's to-do list? The leader of the so-called free world, which is there's no free, because everybody's a slave to sin. Every human being slave to their own demons. in this world, even your government leaders, no matter how high they are Freemason, not by choice, but because they have to. Because these are the people that worship the God of this world. So you either roll with them or you die. You either abide by the rules and laws, which is silence. Okay? Once you become part of this circus, wicked circus, ladies and gentlemen, that's why humanity has become a bunch of clowns. So in here we see the so-called leader of the free world, with a to-do list. I'm going to share it with you, just in case you think that I'm just some crazy dude that don't know what the heck is going on, don't know what is what. Okay, when I tell you that your votes don't count, regardless of what your politicians tells you, everybody's brainwashed. Are you part of the brainwash system? In fact, ladies and gentlemen, humanity just came out of one of the devil's scheme. Okay? And that's what the Bilderberg group is about. That's what the Bohemian Grove is about. And that's what the Davos meeting are all about. Ways to control and manipulate the billions of people upon this planet. You understand? And they take pride in saying, hey, we got everything under control. And yet people don't. So, ladies and gentlemen, humanity just came out of a 2.5 year experiment, played on it. Because remember how government works. And I told you this many times before. Using the Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solutions. Come on. I don't care how asleep you are. If you don't see that's how governments always worked, I'm sorry, I cannot help you. For instance, the technology that people are using nowadays, do you think this is new? There's nothing new under the sun, ladies and gentlemen. Spaceships, you think the spaceship is new. Airplanes and all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, the God of this world has spaceship that you cannot even begin to imagine. Hollywood has, for instance, when he makes movie like the Legions, or makes series like Sinister, Lucifer, or makes movie like The Predator. Yeah, of course, because Hollywood is one of the devil's favorite playground. Now let us move to Timothy. Second Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Verse 3. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. 5, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such, turn away. You understand? And then, to tell you, God is telling you that there's nothing new under the sun. He says it right here. Verse 6, for all of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with divers lusts. 7, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. 8, now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do this also resist the truth. Men of corrupt mind, reprobate concerning the faith. 9, but they should proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as there also was. 10, but thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long-suffering, charity, patience. 11, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch and Iconium and Lystra, what persecutions I endured. But out of them all the Lord delivereth me. 12, ye and all that will live godly in Christ shall suffer persecution. 13, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. 14, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of knowing of whom thou hast learned them. 15, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make the wise unto salvation through faith which is in Christ Yahushua. 16, all scripture is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. 17, that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. So now you understand, this is this thing is bigger than me. This is bigger than life itself. Okay? I lived the life of sin. I studied sin. I even tricked the devil into things, and he fell into my traps. I tested him. You understand? That's why our forefathers, Adam and Eve, they left their spiritual, earthly habitat when they fell from grace, when they disobeyed their Creator, and the spiritual potential and the spiritual potential just wither away. And the same, we are under the same predicament, ladies and gentlemen. If you have your spiritual potential, if you are developing your spiritual potential, ladies and gentlemen, then there's no stopping you. There's no stopping us, as that old song goes. Okay? Ain't no stopping us. Okay? So this is what is happening. That's why you see children being disobedient to their fathers. And this has been happening ever since we disobeyed, we rebelled against God, okay? So this is not just this last days generation's behavior. humanity has just gotten worse. That's the evolution of evil, if you will. That's why we are in the state of affairs that we are in, with wars and rumors of wars. First, it was the experience that humanity went this past 2.5 years, right? You know what I'm talking about. And they came up with the solution with the jab, right? So you know what I'm talking about, right? So, and now they are putting the fear in you once again with the lie of what? Oh, World War III is about to pop. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a lie. Because as it is written, as it is written in the book, that the Bible, Christ said it, and you will hear wars and rumors of wars, but the end is not yet. So you understand? So please, for those of us that are living in this wonderful truth, we don't worry. While the whole world is going crazy, because we know which hand is behind all of this. I mean, look what they're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. They are, by design, bringing on a worldwide famine. Didn't the Bible talk about that? So you see, nothing is new. Okay? Humanity cannot say, oh, this is new. No, it just gotten worse, and it's gonna get worse. Because one way or another, humanity is gotta accept the reality that there is a God that created us. We can live in denial. You can come up with all sorts of theories. Well, I don't believe in the book, in the King James Version Bible, because that was a man, he was a homosexual in England. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that Europe was ruled by God's people for 1,000 years? And do you know, for instance, that England means, people just don't, man, you don't do your study. You know, if you look at it, it's the land of angels. That's what God, and it became England because we ruled there. And the brother, yeah, the King James, he was a brown-skinned brother. He was a black brother. I mean, you can call it black, brown skin, but we know the original color, brown color. Okay, so you don't bring dust. You don't mix dust, soil from the ground, and you mix it with water, and you make a creation called human, and automatically it's going to be black. Ladies and gentlemen, no. The tribe of Judah became God's favorite tribe, but he fears our Creator, as we all have. And they being the most suffered people on the face of this earth. Slavery, you name it. I mean, look what has been happening in the continent of Africa. By the way, we were pushed there. We were pushed there by the Arabs and by the Romans. Do your study history. And then God, as a punishment, spread us all over the earth. And where we are, what are we doing? What the Bible said that we were going to do exactly. Worshipping other gods, wood and stone. Oh, you think I'm playing? Well, then tell me this. What has religion done for our people? What has religion done for the Islamic people? Where there's 1.4 billion Muslims in the world. What has that done for them? Wake the hell up. In fact, people don't even know what they believe in. For instance, the Prophet Muhammad, Ladies and gentlemen, he didn't know how to write or read. Yet people believe that this man was inspired by God. And that you can strike your woman, you can do domestic violence on women. Are you kidding me? You understand? A woman that, the same woman that we all come out of. Ladies and gentlemen, please. We must respect and love our women. But you know, the system has turned women into their own worst enemies. What are they doing now in the capital, Washington, D.C.? Protesting the Roe versus Wade was overturned. But ladies and gentlemen, that's a lie, because abortion is still gonna be done. Okay? They're just leaving it up to the states. It's gonna be limited, but you know what? The damage is done. It's too late for America to all of a sudden say, oh, we're not gonna, God, sorry, we're not gonna do. No, you kill over, they say 60 million babies since that thing was passed. I think it's more. I say it's 90 million babies that have been aborted. And they have used their bodies for a lot of things, okay? So for many, and there goes your medical establishment that loves you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, wake the hell up. I'm not here, okay? I'm not the one to come here and to make you believe lies. I'm not gaining anything by telling you this. But this is so big and so beautiful. I will never ask for anything from you. I mean, look how black brothers and sisters have been worked, psychologically worked. Even organizations has sprung up through our history. And we have fallen because we have followed, because we don't have any leaders. We have always been followers. Humanity has always been followed. I have a follower. I only follow my creator. I have a leader. And his name is Christ, Yahushua, the Son. I also follow the Father, the one that created me. And I also follow the Mother, Rawak Hakandash, which means the Spirit, the breath of life. And then, of course, I admire the angel. I don't worship them. I admire them. So you understand? So humanity is living in these last days in such a ridiculous form to the max. That's why you see kids hating their mom. And not only that, but killing them. I may send you a story where a brother killed his mother in Chicago because she gave him everything. Okay? She put her head on him. This is how evil it has become. Man wants to menstruate. Men can have babies. That's what they're saying. So forget about it being insane. These people are possessed. This whole world has been possessed by demons in this last day, getting humanity ready for their materialization, because they're coming. Oh yes, they're coming. And people are going to see them, and people will think, what? Thanks to Hollywood, that they are what? That they are demigods, that they are the returns of the gods. Ladies and gentlemen, your UFOs are nothing but demons that have worked humanity ever since, straight from the spiritual realm. They can appear and they can reappear whenever they feel like it. But they better stay away from God's chosen people, from God's servants and some God's soldiers. And they know it. So today I'm going to prove to you once again and the links that Freemason, the satanic, Freemasonic controls this world through a nice organization called Freemasons. In fact, your first president, which is a lie, George Washington, was the first Freemason. All of your corporation called Americans presidents has been Freemasons. And when they rebel, then they get killed because it's too late for you to come out of it. Once you are part of it, you only can come out dead or disgrace. Let me give you some example. Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, Michael Jackson, Prince, okay? Malcolm X. Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Luther King, once you become part of the world, and then you start talking against them, they will kill you. Because it's too late, you're already part of them. And there's nothing, not even God can do for you. Because you belong to them. Okay? So, this is all I have for you now, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you. And remember, there's more. And come out of her, my people. As it is written in Revelation chapter 18. Read it. Do your research. Okay? And please observe how ridiculous we have become. Take care. God bless.